Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I am very well. It's Labor Day weekend, and I know there's a lot of folks that are like camping and doing all kinds of crazy fun stuff. So for those of you out doing those crazy fun things, be careful out there, all right? I have a great guest coming up for today. Our guest is Chuck Cohn with Varsity Tutors. So if you've got kiddos heading back to school and maybe you know that they're going to have a little bit of a struggle, this could maybe be a way to help them out. Or if you're really smart and you want to be a tutor, he connects kids with tutors. I think it's a cool idea. So we're going to chat. He started this when he was a student, which I think is kind of cool. Got a couple quotes for today. Aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. Betty Friedan said that. I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. Florence Nightingale. Love them both. Great quotes. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Labor Day weekend.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is, well, let's do the whole darn weekend. September the 1st on Saturday is World Beard Day. It's also National Chicken Boy Day. What? Chicken Boy? What is that? Is that a Marvel or a DC? It's also National No Rhyme Nor Reason Day and National Tailgating Day. Also, September the 2nd, Sunday, National Blueberry Popsicle Day and National VJ Day. So all of these things happening.
I don't know if I have ever had a blueberry popsicle.
I had a blue popsicle, but I thought it was a blue raspberry.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a blueberry popsicle.
I'd like to try one now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Labor Day weekend.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, Heidi, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
It is time for, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Today's, this is, you can play along at home, by the way. You can guess, is this a real place like a golf course or is this real place a rehab center? It's a real place. Sundale. It's in Bakersfield, California. Sundale. Is that a place to go
Oh, that
play
one
golf?
could go either way.
All of these could. I think it's really amazing how that works.
I'm going to say golf course.
Sundale in Bakersfield, California is indeed a golf course. There you go. This has been, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? We've got your brain on drugs coming right up.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A 24-year-old American man flying from Chicago to Japan was arrested after he urinated on a fellow passenger.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Trans-Pacific flight
Classy.
was not the place to do that. Incident occurred in an all Nippon Airways flight. I don't know what that is. Anyway, that must be the name of the airline. Happened last Friday. According to reports, the unidentified passenger got up from a seat and then peed on a 50-year-old Japanese man 2 rows behind him. The man said he did not know this man at all. They had never met. He was retained. The American man was restrained by the crew members and arrested when they landed in Japan. Police were told that the man drank 4 glasses of champagne and some sake before the incident, the man told the police that he did not remember any of it. So it must have been some really hard sake. I'm like,
That's
wow.
insane.
I don't know.
You suppose our grandparents had to worry about
No,
instances like this when they were...
No, they first of all,
traveling.
they didn't fly, but other than that, no. I think that it's kind of the Wild West nowadays. Some of the things that happen. So,
But it doesn't matter where you were traveling. If you're with multiple people, you think they worried about that on a bus? You think they? No, it was.
It didn't happen.
People had class.
I don't
what
know
have
what's
we
going
done
on.
to
Yeah, I don't know.
our culture?
I don't know. I blame Tickle Me Elmo. I don't know why, but it's probably his fault. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, Blackish and Grownish creator Kenya Barris recently signed a big-ish deal with Netflix, $100 million. Yeah, $100 million deal to create some stuff for Netflix. That is pretty darn cool. Kevin Spacey has a movie. This is have you seen this online?
No.
Billionaire Boys Club was the name of Kevin Spacey's new movie. Which, first of all, because of what he's been accused of, why would you have him in a movie like this? But it tanked. It only made $126 at the box office.
What?
Distribution company Vertical Entertainment released the film even after all of the allegations came out because, quote, they wanted to give the hundreds of crew members the chance to see their final production reach audiences. And it
so
did.
the only people who saw it were the crew members?
Apparently it was just the cast and crew. And even half of
Okay,
them didn't
no.
go.
They're saying it made that much. So wouldn't that be profit, like after all the expenses are covered?
I don't know. All I know is it's
There's
an
no
interesting
way. It was.
story.
I mean, one theater
I don't know.
could
Opening
make
day.
that much.
Well, that's maybe it was only in one theater. That could
No,
be.
I think it's profit. It made that much.
Don't know. All I know is this has been Big Screen, Little Screen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. IBM filed a patent recently for a drone that will bring you coffee when it decides you need caffeine.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute, what? How is it going to know? The flying device has monitors that track your blood pressure, your energy level, and your pupil size. I think this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, this is a very,
this drone is,
very, very bad
This
idea.
drone is going to kill us someday, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, IBM, keep up the good work. New study found that listening to soothing music before bed can prevent heart attacks, Heidi. So we should listen to some soothing music before bed. That would be nice. And then we should talk in this tone while we're getting ready for bed. What do you think, Heidi?
No.
Are you getting sleepy just listening?
No.
A study from San Diego. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can't explain most of the things I do, really. A study by the San Diego State University found that 1/3 of teenagers have not read a single book in the last year. Oh. Some of them are in school, and they should be reading for school. So 1/3 of our teenagers have not read a single book in the last year. And I have to admit, since I got a smartphone, I don't read nearly as much as I used to.
I don't know if I have seen our daughter read a book
We'll have
lately.
to ask her.
She's got a bunch, but
Here's
I
a
don't know
story-
if she's actually read any of
Here's
them.
a story I never thought I would read out loud. I mean, even just listen before you ask questions. Listen to the story. I've got basically the headline, and then we'll chat about this for a moment. A sexually frustrated dolphin has been terrorizing tourists on the French beach, trying to rub up against them in the water. What? What is going on? We just talked about some weird stuff that people are doing. Dolphins are in on this now, too. It is bizarro world, and we are living there. So I don't know what is going on. I've got a link to that story if you want to read all about it. Now that the kids are back in school, you may not think about taking time off until the holidays, but you're supposed to stop thinking that way and book some fall getaways. Reason why? Many Americans, like 57%, that's over half, do not use all their vacation time. So this group is saying, hey, use it or lose it. Don't lose it. You should use it. So get out and take some sort of vacation. Here's the good news. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just take some time
But
off.
you have a hard time getting the kids out. You can't get the kids out of school.
You don't have to. Just take a weekend away. Do something nice. You don't have to be gone for a long, long time. Do something. Do a staycation even. Just something fun. Now, do you like pizza?
I love pizza.
You know how much we all love pizza? A new study finds the average person will munch their way through 731 pizzas in their lifetime.
I
think I've already reached that.
Yeah,
many.
I was going to say.
I am way ahead of the curve
way
on
above
this one.
that average.
And one last thing here before we go. A Michigan woman recently celebrated a milestone. She turned 90 years young, Dottie Sambiago. I think this is like a week ago. And she jumped out of an airplane. She said she was inspired to follow George H.W. Bush when he would do this on his birthday. The grandmother was strapped to her instructor for the jump, which started over 2.5 miles up. Can you imagine that?
That's really cool.
I think it is cool. She's 90 and she went skydiving. I've not done that, and I'm not 90, so I got to squeeze that in somewhere.
That's something I would do.
Let's do that. Let's schedule that.
I would do that.
All right. Thanks
I
for
wouldn't
listening.
bungee jump.
I've done that.
I would skydive.
I have bungee jumped. I've gone parasailing. I've done a lot of other things, but I've not gone skydiving. So,
well, there we go.
I would like to do it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this Labor Day weekend.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. All across the country, we've got students heading back to school. We've got somebody on the line that has an interesting concept that they started. Chuck Cohn is the founder and the CEO of a thing called Varsity Tutors. Now, Chuck, you said you started this while you were in school. Is that right?
I did. I started it about 11 and a half years ago based on my own personal experiences with private tutoring. I'd had some remarkably positive experiences. I'd had some frustrating experiences. And I felt like there was an opportunity to build a company in the internet era that allowed people to connect with highly vetted expert instructors in real time.
Now, when I was a kid, if I wanted a tutor, I needed to have somebody right in my neighborhood because they had to come over and, sit with me and help me do it. But you're right. Nowadays, with the internet, they don't have to be anywhere near me, do they?
No. And we can actually connect you at varsitytutors.com to a tutor in as little as 15 seconds. So you can go from a click to a live video-based tutoring session with recording, whiteboard, collaborative document editing, and more in as little as 15 seconds.
That is amazing. Now, you said, while you were going to school, you kind of came up with this idea. Did you need a tutor, or were you being a tutor at the time?
I needed a tutor. So when I was in high school, I had a great experience with geometry tutoring. I had a frustrating experience with French tutoring, and I could have used a tutor in a biology and physics class. I just couldn't find anybody in time. We looked online, we called local colleges, and it's really hard to find a highly vetted tutor that you could really entrust with your studies. And when I was in college, two of my good friends who were far more academically gifted than I was ultimately coached me to a great grade in a calculus course, and I realized that there was an opportunity to leverage the internet to connect incredibly talented people like that were passionate about education and had deep subject knowledge with students in the local community all across the country who could benefit from their help.
I think that's really cool. Now, who are these tutors typically? Are they typically teachers, or are they other students, or who would you say is kind of the average? I understand there's probably a lot of different people, but who would you say is kind of the average tutor that's in your platform?
Well, there's about 40,000 tutors on the platform, and they can tutor in over 1,000 different subjects. So a large portion are teachers, but a large portion are working professionals, too, who have deep subject knowledge in one particular area and are passionate about that subject and really enjoy teaching.
That's awesome. So this is kind of the Uber of tutors then, really, isn't it?
I'm actually proud to announce that we now have instant tutoring available in all high school subjects. So you can actually get a tutor faster than you can in Uber.
That's awesome. I love that. And now I see that it seems like high school is kind of a big focus. Is that where most of the tutoring is needed?
Just under half of our business focuses on high school-oriented subjects, but we help people as young as 3 or 4 years of age, and we also have adult learners who focus on enrichment and language learning. So there truly are 1,000 different subjects that you can learn.
Wow. What are some of the most popular subjects, things that people just really seem to need a lot of help with?
Certainly a lot of the math and science and test prep subjects, so ACT, SAT, calculus, physics, biology. But we also have a lot of demand for some of the up-and-coming subjects like Mandarin Chinese and some of the computer programming languages.
That is amazing. Now, when it's Mandarin Chinese, are you talking to somebody potentially even in China while you're doing that?
Not yet. So all of our tutors are based in the United States.
Very nice. The students right now, are they global, or are they all in the United States as well?
We do have in the UK and Australia and Canada, but all the tutors are based here in the U.S.
Again, visiting with Chuck Cohn. He's the founder and the CEO of Varsity Tutors. I'm just fascinated with this whole concept, Chuck. I think it's such a cool idea. Now, if I want to be a tutor, I'm assuming there are probably some sort of guidelines. I have to be smart, I'm assuming. But what does that process look for somebody? What does that process look like for somebody that wants to become a tutor?
Sure. We'll just go to varsitytutors.com and submit an application. We have an interview process. Tutors take diagnostic tests to prove their proficiency in certain subjects. They teach mock lessons, and they go through a background check process, among other factors.
And then if I'm a student and I need help, what does the process look like there? I know you were saying you can have a tutor in as quick as 15 seconds, but I'm assuming I go through and fill out some sort of information to help guide me in the right direction. What does the process look like if I want to have tutoring done? Do I go to the same site?
Sure. Go to varsitytutors.com, and you can go through the process. You can either kind of connect directly through the platform or also talk to one of our educational consultants who could help understand your specific needs and make sure you're paired with a tutor who's most appropriate for your learning goals.
And is it a pretty affordable thing? If I've got a student that needs a little bit of help, do I have to sign up for a long time, or can they just do like that particular lesson? How does that work?
So the average rate is in the mid-50s per hour, so we think we're incredibly affordable.
Yeah.
And all of the tutors are experts in their particular subject.
Very nice. And if I just need help with a single lesson, do I get that, or do I sign up for like a whole semester? What are the time constraints there?
You can. So you can do as little as a 15-minute tutoring session and buy, say, a single hour, or alternatively, you could buy more. So when you kind of commit to a longer frequency, the price per hour goes down, but you could purchase as little as 1 hour. Well,
I think this seems like a fascinating idea, and I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. Why in the world did you decide to do this? When you were a student and you were needing a tutor, what took you from that to, holy cow, I'm going to do this Varsity Tours? What was that process?
Well, originally I simply thought that I could take this concept of people at my local college who were incredibly academically gifted and connect them with local students. And eventually, thanks to advancements in technology, it became apparent that first we were going to be able to replicate that experience on web, and then later it became clear we were going to be able to replicate the experience on mobile devices with live video chat. And then it became apparent that we were going to actually be able to do it in real time. So it kind of happened organically as there were some technical breakthroughs in our business that allowed for real-time matching.
Well, I think it is absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. And also, again, thank you for doing what you're doing to help make the students around the world a little smarter.
Thank you for having me on today.
Again, our guest today, Chuck Cohn. He's the founder and the CEO of Varsity Tutors. I've got a link to it in our show notes, but it's really simple, varsitytutors.com. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers, or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Diamond Sutra, dated 868 AD, so 868 AD, is the oldest surviving printed book in the world. The Diamond Sutra.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It's not the Kama Sutra. It's the Diamond Sutra.
Yeah, I've got the other volume.
You don't have that. I don't know what it is, but from 868 AD. So there you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. And the word today is kind of a weird one. It's cottywumple. Cottywumple. What do you think cottywumple means,
I
Heidi?
honestly couldn't tell you.
Coddiwomple. Cottywumple is to travel purposefully towards a vague as yet unknown destination. So it's almost like wandering, but you're going somewhere, you just don't know where you're going. So it's kind of wandering, but it's Cottywumple. Cottywumple. Today's grandiloquent word.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
We've got some weird news for you this weekend. Under pressure to pay back a multi-million-dollar bank loan, a Chinese liquor maker reportedly cleared their debt with truckloads of cold, hard booze. I heard about this a couple of times in the last week. One was online, and one was a friend of mine who was talking about it. It took about 2 hours to transport more than 900 tons of clear grain alcohol from a distillery in southwest China to the bank, and it was a court-ordered settlement to repay a $1.5 million debt. They said, we have no liquid assets, so you get these liquid assets. Here's all of the booze. 900 tons of booze. What is the bank going to do with that?
I have no idea.
They're going to have one heck of a Christmas party, I can tell you that. Anyway, that happened in China. I think that is a fun story. I've got a link to this in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Now your moment of duh from Texas, where a man called himself Jesus Christ when he was arrested early Wednesday and accused of criminal trespass. He was continuing to bang on doors of a neighbor's home. Authorities identified the suspect as 47-year-old Kenneth Boaz Ellingston, initially being called to the home due to a person of suspicion. 28-year-old woman told deputies that she and her husband were awakened when somebody was banging on their door. By the time her husband got to the door, the person had left. The woman saw the neighbor, later identified as Ellison, standing in the front yard. She believed he was the one who was knocking on the door. He would not cooperate with authorities. He kept calling himself Jesus Christ instead of his real name, Kenneth. According to the arrest report, he told the deputies that he had a contract on that home and he wanted the couple out. So you go over there
and tell him you're Jesus?
3 in the morning, and I just think that was a bad timing on that one, sir. Might want to think about how to do that the proper way. This is today's moment of duh.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This is where I try to stump my beautiful bride. Oh, you know what? I was going to have Tall Tale or Tennessee, wasn't I?
That's all right.
We'll have to start that maybe.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll do that real soon. I've got some. I just haven't put them in here yet. So Fake News or Florida. Tell me if this is a true story that happened in the great state of Florida, or is it a bunch of flubbery, something we made up just to fool you? Is it fake news? Tell me, Heidi. Fake news in Florida. A man was arrested for threatening to blow up his lesbian neighbor's home when she refused to have sex with him. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
That is a true story. I thought for sure you would guess that was fake news, because that just sounds too made up. Doesn't that sound too made up? I mean, that doesn't sound
not
real.
Surprising.
Who would believe such a thing? Hey, you want to go out? No, I'm going to blow up your house. Whoa, that escalated quickly. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. I I think this is a really neat thing. City hires team of doctors to treat addicts on the street. Think about how many homeless people are homeless because they're addicted to something.
Right.
And then, there are ways that you can help them, but sometimes those ways actually hurt them more than help them. So this city hires a team of doctors to treat people who are addicted on the streets right where they are. They don't say, hey, you need to go here, you need to come here. San Francisco launched this groundbreaking new program to provide opioid addiction treatment to homeless people right on the streets. Mayor Mark Marl, I don't know if I said that right, I hope I did, just announced that he will be investing $6 million in funding this first-in-the-nation initiative as a means of curbing opioid addiction and reducing the risk of overdose. The program employs a dedicated team of physicians to go out into the Bay Area streets, with something called Burophene. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a thing for prescription drug-addicted homeless people. Anyway, it's a pill that is taken daily to reduce withdrawal symptoms and help you get off the stuff that's hurting you. So that's a really cool idea. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes. So you scroll to the bottom there, you'll find the good news. We always save the good news for last. There's a lot of weird news that comes before that. I'm going to try to find...
I shared another one for you yesterday.
I've got to get in here and maybe get some of my stuff sifted.
That one almost made me cry. It was
I have
pretty
such
great.
a mess in my computer. I'm a digital hoarder, I found out. I didn't know that was a thing. It's a thing, and I am that thing. So I'm gonna get everything sifted and sorted, so we'll be back in, looking good in the month of September. How's that sound?
There we go. Sounds awesome.
Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this Labor Day weekend.